Okay, so the first video is just going to be going over what the raw data looks like. So if you are already familiar with this, then you can just skip this. But basically, how I have requested the data from Pam in the past has been to request it by specific tours or specific courses. Using the course code tends to be the most effective way to do it, so there's no confusion about which one we're talking about. And I only request it for the most recent quarter. In the past, we've tried to do getting it rolling from Share Our Strength, but I find that Pam can sometimes get kind of confused about that. So the easiest way to do it is just to request it for the most recent quarter, so the quarter that you're looking at. So when Pam sends it, it looks like this. The file names are pretty self-explanatory. It's CMATS or CMA, where it is, and then the date. So when you download it and you look at it, oh sorry, it's going to open in, no, I don't want to open in OpenOffice, sorry. Okay, you're going to download it, open it up in Excel. And wait for it to open, because it takes forever, apparently. There we go. Okay, so this is what all the raw data looks like. Again, if you're already familiar with this, you can skip this. So it starts with all the demographic information. This valid and missing, basically what this means is valid is this is how many people have answered the question. Missing is how many people have not answered the question. All of the data that you want to put into these quarter reports, you only want to use from valid. You don't want to use any of the missing. So for example, like one person did not answer, are you Hispanic or Latino? So our N for this question for this particular course is going to be 13 rather than 14. So it goes down male, female, age, Hispanic or Latino, level of education, and then it goes down to race and programs that they participate in. Something that's really important to keep in mind with this is that because people can select multiple things on race, this number is not necessary, in this case it does, but this number is not necessarily going to add up to the valid total, which that's going to make more sense in the next video. And then it's the same thing with this, since people can participate in more than one program. So in this case, this does add up to more than 14, but that's because people selected more than one of these answers. And again, that's going to make more sense when we go into putting it in. So the next section, you're going to skip all this. This is just telling you what is in here. Are the descriptive statistics. So the actual answers to these survey questions. So you'll see that we have the before, all first, the in, and the mean. I always just kind of make these a little bit smaller just so it's sort of easier to figure out what I'm doing. And then after it goes through all the before questions, we get to the after questions. So something that I do to make it really easy to compare the before and after is I select the first row, so just shift click this first row for after, and then I go down to the end of that after section, and then shift click, and then I Control C, copy that, go up here to the before, take it right here, and paste it. So this shows me it's the same question, just before and after. This makes it a lot easier to copy over into sorry, makes it a lot easier to copy it over into the actual worksheets. Something else you also notice is that the N for all of these questions is the same across each one. Makes it really handy because, say for example, like, you know, all 12 participants answered this question, but only 10 of them answered this question. So, like, if they answered the before but didn't answer the after, then their survey just gets thrown out. So that actually makes it really handy. So you don't have to worry about that. And I think, oh wait, no, there's a little bit more. All right, so after these before and after survey questions, we get down to this one. And again, this is somewhere that you need to pay attention to the valid or missing. So like this one, you know, do you plan to share the things you learned? Only 12 people answered that question, so you're only going to worry about this frequency equals 12. So here, everybody answered, you know, did you share recipes from this course at home? So you're going to put in, 100% for that one. But down here, you know, the yes is 12, and it says here the percent is 92.3, but since only 12 people answered the question, they all said yes, you're going to look at the valid percent, which is 100%. So I hope this isn't super confusing. A lot of this is going to make a lot more sense when we talk about putting it actually into the data worksheets. So that's that first part.